Hey, how you doing, everybody? Which way do hang a flag vertically against the wall? Very quickly, before we get into that, I wanted to mention, for any of you that haven't seen my previous video on the American flag, I suggest you see that first, because I'm going to be touching on it a little bit in this video, and I don't want to change your memories one way or the other ahead of time. It'd be best if you'd seen that video first. There's going to be two parts to this video. First one is the primary bulk of it. The second one's a bit smaller. Both of them possible Mandela effect changes. I can't say 100% on either one from my personal memory, but I'll tell you both of them are shocking to me, especially the second one. And the first one here I am fairly sure on when it comes to other flags in the world. Speaking of which, please don't take offense to the American flag part of it all, as actually I'm going to be looking at the Canadian flag here as well and bitching about things involved with that. I probably lost a handful of subs over this subject. I know a lot of Americans take this stuff to heart, and I don't blame them. I'm actually, over the last 10 years of learning a lot more about this world. I'm pretty proud of America myself, from the foundation of what it is and what it was built on, being basically the only real free country that's ever been is pretty impressive to me. In Canada here, you don't learn that in school. So I certainly have the utmost amount of respect, and please don't take offense to anything I have to say, whether I'd be right or wrong. I don't really know. Next, I gotta thank one of the commenters, the River Jordan, who basically brought most of this to my attention, and I looked into it a little further and was kind of shocked that when the flag is shown vertically, there are 7 long stripes and 6 short ones. Oh, as Percy says, sorry, you're correct, as in the way I had changed it. Because then, when you hang it vertically, there are 7 long stripes and 6 short ones. A homage to 1776 in the Declaration, as we all have heard from myself. I can thank Alex Jones for that, who I don't listen to anymore. It is only correct the way you have shown pre-effect. The way I figure is the old way. Now it has become inverted. 6 long, 7 short, or 67, nonsensical. And he goes on to say a little bit more, something here I'll get into a little later. So he had me thinking, well, if it's 67 now when you hang it, 6 stripes on the bottom, 7 on the top now, there must be some residue, right? Of the old way. So that brought me to this. What's the correct way to hang the American flag? And for that matter, as far as I can tell, every other flag, national flag on the planet. The A side or the B side, you probably know where I'm going with this. Oh, sorry. This doesn't show you. I did actually learn flags a bit. This is my little toy here I had when I was young, actually much older than I am. It's vintage. So just to show you, not only am I a big geography buff, I was a bit of a flag buff as well. As you can see, I put up Netherlands and Denmark for Nobleness D, so this was mine. But the question remains, what is the proper way? A or B? And the answer is B. I think this way. In any case, when I see this, I find it a little shocking. When I see the Canadian version of it, I find it very shocking. Like, this is the proper way, officially. I assure you, I've looked into it currently, as reality sits at the moment. You're looking at the proper way. You can thank CNN.com for this photo. I'm very kind of them. Yeah, that's it right there. So I don't know what you guys remember. And of course, when it comes to hanging a flag, often it's in a window. People may do it wrong. But to have this as the official proper way, when you think of a government setup, a government building, stuff like that, it just seems very shocking to me. And for kind of for the common sense sort of, or my logic behind it, if you have a flag on a flagpole, or even just any national flag depicted, it's hanging from left to right. So the pole's going straight up, you're always viewing it from left to right. And then on, say, a 45 in this case, this is what you're going to see. Well, if this flagpole continues to come down, then your flag's going to be wrong. Or the flag. I gotta be careful how I word it. Please don't sub off. The flag's going to be wrong unless you flip it. So that just kind of my logic behind it alone, I wouldn't think right off that that was correct anyhow. Here's the Canadian flag. This is actually off of an official site. Here's the proper way to remember how to hang your flag vertically. Step 1. Flip the damn thing upside down. Dear heavens. And rotate clockwise. Are you kidding? And they have a little X's showing here for the cannon, which is essentially considered the top corner. Flip it upside down and rotate. Yeah, that is shocking to me. That's the description in which you're supposed to remember how to hang it properly vertically. And now when you look at it from left to right, the top of the maple leaf, I don't know, man. Like, why the bottom of the maple leaf would be pointing outwards. I just know in my gut, so obviously that's not correct. Wow. And might I mention that the residue, the fairly convincing residue for a lot of these flags, is numerous. There's tons of it. It's endless, honestly. But like I said, people hang flags up. Might be right, might be wrong. They don't know. But even on a sort of a little more official type of setups, there's a lot of residue. So here's something else interesting I found, which got me thinking. I'm going to get into a little bit more speculation, and a number of you probably won't like it, but so this is the Philippines flag. This is the proper, regular hanging of the flag with the blue on the top. In times of war, apparently they flip it upside down. So in times of peace, the flag is hung like this, which this setup is actually now, let's say, Mandela, right? It's post-Mandela. So it's inverted. In times of war is this way. So going with the original thought, that I have on the way the flag should be hanging vertically, and now it being inverted, it would suggest an aggressive representation of times of war, going by some ways of looking at displaying national flags. Yeah, shocking. Interesting and shocking. But it also makes me wonder if could it be possible this is the reason why everything has, let's say with the American flag, if it's the original reason why it changed in the first place. So you invert the flag. I'm not saying this was done exactly consciously, step by step, but just to lead you along in the train of thought, if you invert the flag vertically, but then the 76 does not hold true anymore. If you change the size of the box, then it'll hold true. The 7 will be on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7's on the left. And then the 6. The 76 actually holds true. So is that why your flag has changed and stretched down the extra stripe? So that the 76 holds true, but yet you can the flag can be displayed in an inverted means, which in some cases represents aggression or time of war. I shouldn't say aggression, I guess, but time of war. Time of war being normal, perhaps, being regular, being the norm. Doesn't that sound familiar? For all of freaking NATO, for the whole damn world, man. Why would that be, right? There's a reason why I think this, another thing that tips me off as to why this may be the case, why the flag would have been changed just to, so that the 76 holds true. Because I've noticed in Mandela changes, there's not very many number changes, almost if any. I noticed that from near the beginning, and I speculate it's because numbers seem to hold true much stronger in people's memories. It's a lot harder to change if you can change it. I speculate because a number is a very fundamental type of thought, unlike a visual. No matter what, you know, a number is a number, like it's very fundamental. So one is always one, two is always two, and three is always three. No matter what language you speak, no matter what, even an animal knows one is one and two is two and three is three. It doesn't count. I'm sure once it gets up a little higher, it might get a little confused, but it can't keep track. But it's a very fundamental thing as a number. And it's like with the population of the US, I noticed that had changed. That was a long time ago. I did a video for that. And straight up, that changed for me. I watched it change pretty much. And if you ask anybody, anyone I ask, unfortunately I'm not in America, but anybody I ask if they have any previous memory of what the population of the US was supposed to be, they're going to say 350. I haven't found anyone yet that says 320, 324, 325. Nobody. I would I would actually challenge you guys, those of you in the States, to ask around, what do you think the population is, and see if anybody says that, or how many people that don't see any regular Mandela changes will say 350. And there it is there, the 1776. Only this is kind of like a residue setup. It doesn't hold true when the flag's displayed in this orientation. So apparently these guys have the flag shown wrong from the official way, and the 78 and 76 doesn't hold true anymore, or doesn't hold true when displayed like this, which don't make a lot of sense, does it? Kinda odd. Oh, there's a bag. Kinda odd. Oh, there's a nice one. The Historical Society. Wow. Interesting. Wow, I didn't notice this. Shit, guys. Look at the stars. Look at the gap. Is that possible? I just noticed this now. There's not supposed to be this blue gap in that, is there? This is Mandela, I think. This is Mandela freaking mush. Holy cow. It was probably some D-Wave computer that changed it on the internet. I don't know. I suspect that happens sometimes, but not with everything. I don't know, man. Wow, that's weird. Cool. But not. Something messing with flags. Oh, look at Call of Duty. They get it wrong. I love that video game residue. I can't believe that. That's a hell of a photo, man. Veterans Day. Show your respect to the veterans. Don't worry about the flag. Some more residue, essentially. Just a digital image, but this Canadian flag, wrong. American flag, wrong as far as the orientation of the hanging, that is. The vertical hanging. I know the Union Jack is flipped now, as far as it being inverted from what I think. Mexico, I checked a handful of nations. Most of them seem inverted. I didn't check. I should have checked. I don't think China's has. I don't know. As far as officially, there's a lot of them I haven't checked. So even I think I don't know about Australia and New Zealand. I didn't check them all. But I mean, they're just Spain. I think is flipped. Like they're just looking weird. It's like they're upside down when they hang them vertically in a official form. Freaking weird, man. To me, anyway. iPhone case, they got it wrong. But that's some pretty good proof, right? It's an iPhone case. Got to be true. Independence Day digital image, kind of odd. Another image. No, they got something a little off there, I think. At least they do now. There's the proper way. Does that seem odd to anybody? Veterans Day one there. Oh, there's a July 4th. Apparently they got that one wrong. Not displayed quite right. There's a pretty elaborate image showing all sort of different flag setups, and 3 of them, apparently, they got wrong. Oh my god. It's residue. Look at the red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 76. Well, there you go. I didn't even notice. All 3 of them. This is the old way. Straight up. Nice. 2 surprises on the fly. That one too, man. I wasn't even looking. Both of them residue-ish setups. This is from this website, this Shutterstock. Wow. Hardcore residue. I know they're just digital images, but nonetheless, they're fairly elaborate flag depictions. Wow. Nice. T-shirt printing got it wrong. Las Vegas t-shirt printing got it wrong. Oh, and there's my shirt. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, another one not quite right. So as I was mentioning, people, the residue is absolutely endless. Pretty much, it's unbelievable. And they're not just, people hanging their flag on the wall and got it wrong, or somebody hung it up wrong. It's some significant images and product. There's a lot of it. You gotta love this one too. All right, part 2. A change that or possible change, I must say, because I really have no personal knowledge to know whether this is a real ME change or not. But the River Jordan here, thank you very much, Jordan, who had brought this scenario up to me. Apparently he didn't know that the orientation of the flag hanging has been inverted. He also mentions that some other things have been inverted by the effect. He has noticed that all our military stars are now inverted, like the Medal of Honor. The star is upside down. Say what? Yeah. That is shocking to me. Honestly, Mandela change or not, that is shocking to me. I really kind of hope it is an ME for the simple fact of what I'm looking at. But, keep in mind, people, you don't have to be from Western society. You don't need to be Christian to know that an inverted 5-pointed star is commonly represented as a satanic thing. Like, that's worldwide known for like millennia. You don't need to be of any particular religion or society to know that. It's a well-known thing. And I'm guessing this probably is a change. I did look into other medals. I can't find any other medals that are inverted, only the Medal of Honors. And I'm putting this one out to you guys, like, does anybody know this? Especially anybody I know from the Discord group, or anybody, does anyone know for sure that this is a change? Because if it is, like, wow, how disrespectful is that shit right there? Like, that's so wrong in so many levels, man. And if it isn't, again, I'm sorry, I don't mean any disrespect. It's still shocking to me. Like I said, even if it isn't a change, like, wow. What the hell? But anyway, guys, give me a little feedback perhaps on on this one and on the flag as well. What you guys remember, if you have any memories of it. And you that haven't subbed on, consider subbing on. I got so much really I'd like to bring out. It's been at it the last year. I've collected a lot of crap, but I'll get more of it as time goes on. All right, love you all. Take care. Peace.